Welcome to a Better Chance for Youth television show with your host, Monique Robinson, where we highlight, celebrate, and recognize students from all over the country who are doing great things in the classroom, community, and athletics. Every student deserves an opportunity for hope and a future. So let's celebrate our students, the next generation of teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, and future leaders. Join us on another incredible segment of A Better Chance for Youth show with your host, Monique Robinson.
Hello, and welcome to A Better Chance for Youth TV show with your host. I am Monique Robinson, and today we are actually doing a follow-up. I love those with one of our previous guests. She is no stranger. Actually, she was one of our I think she was one of our first guests for this season, and a lot has happened in her life since her first show. So I am extremely excited to welcome this guest back, and she's made some major accomplishments since her last visit. So we are not in San Antonio this week. We are bringing a guest all the way from Cleveland, Ohio. So let's welcome today Miss Isis. Hey, Isis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I was just bragging about you. I said, well, look, last time we seen her, she was a graduating senior. So now, what accomplishments have you done thus far?
So I'm no longer graduating senior. I am an official alumna of Spelman College, and I'm really, really happy. Really excited to have not only close that chapter, but just have that chapter in my life. Spelman College was the best decision I ever made. And so no longer in college and done with that particular degree because there might be some more to come on.
Wow. I am super proud of you. We talked offline. I said, look, I was following your journey. I loved baccalaureate because they had the drums, and I've never seen an introduction like that. I was like intrigued. But now the highlight of that baccalaureate, you danced. I mean, out of all I know you do a lot of dancing anyway, a lot of lyrical dancing, a lot of spiritual praise dance. Have you ever, that's a huge thing to dance for. How did you feel about that?
So I kind of knew beforehand that I would most likely have to dance at baccalaureate. So I kind of always had that in the back of my head. Granted, I was like the co-lead of my liturgical dance ministry at Spelman. So there was a whole bunch of other dances I had to get through before I got to baccalaureate. But it was always like the pinnacle of that was because that was the last time I was ever dancing for Spelman College. So it was like a very monumentous moment for me. And I wanted to make sure it was perfect. So I remember because as co-lead, I choreographed a lot of the dances we did. So that was one of the dances that I choreographed as well. So
Really?
I remember just going through everything. And I was like, oh, wait, I did this move in this dance. I want to do something new. I went through a lot just coming up with that. And at the end of the day, I kind of I am thankful for my advisor as well as my friend who I was dancing with because it was a duet for baccalaureate. Just because at the end of the day, I was just like, I just want to touch at least one person. And actually one of my Spelman sisters came up to me. She was like, you just made me cry. And I was just like, that's all I want to do. All I want to do is just touch one person. If it's not me, if it's not anything, just one person. And that out of 500 people who were there, 500 people, because, families was there too. So out of at least 500 people were there, I was like, if I get one person, I did my job. So it was the pinnacle of my entire dancing career at Spelman.
Oh my God. Well, you made me feel like I was there. I was like, well, I know she can't hear me screaming her name, but I watched that whole ceremony, and then I shared it. I was like, this is our Isis. This is, so I was really extremely living the moment too, because that's huge. I know you I dance all the time.
I'm always dancing, always something, but I love it. So it's something something I love.
Wow.
So I don't mind.
So what's next? You graduate. Do you feel awkward? The next day, like, well, I don't have class.
This is very awkward. I think I've got myself into a teen, and I think I had to talk to some of my other friends who, like my other graduates, other alumni. I think I said that right. But and we're.
Do you plan on getting like your master's eventually, or you just gonna take a year off? What are you gonna do?
So currently, I am taking a year off. I'm taking this time to really like study for the LSATs and everything that has to do with the law school application process. I personally was not, I won't say I wasn't able, but I wasn't ready to do so during undergrad. And I just knew I wanted to be able to take my time because I know myself. And if I am able to apply myself in the way I should apply myself, I should be able to do what I need to do. So that was just a moment for me to decide to just take this time and actually apply myself the way I should so I can get the results that I desire. And so that's exactly what's going on. It's definitely a lot of LSATs, a lot of personal statement workshops, and just trying to make sure that everything that I put down in my application actually resembles who I am. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, that's fair. Now, we have to take a quick commercial break. I'm not going to give you a question today, though. Usually I give you something to think about because it's like you've superseded a lot of things from since the last time I talked to you anyway. So we're going to take this quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions because I'm just excited to have you back. Like it's just the mature and growth, and you're official alum now. So I'm proud of you. So we're going to take this break and we'll be back with Isis.
There's nothing better than being inspired and renewed daily by the power of God. In Morning Tea with the King, author Tish Barnhart shares inspiration through a 90-day devotional that will rejuvenate your mind with scripture and your body with daily suggested herbal teas. You'll begin to see that every experience brings about a different perspective on how to view the things that are happening in our lives as we continue on our journey. Available at Amazon, your local bookstore, or at trilogy.tv.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm here with Isis. Isis is no stranger to us. If you haven't been following Miss Isis, she is like Spelman alum now. She's a wonderful lyrical, I might be saying it wrong, lyrical dancer. Actually, let me correct that. She is a choreographer. I didn't know you did all that. So it's like the dance I seen you created.
Yes.
Oh my God. Wow. So now it makes me want to go back and look at it all over again. Like, wow. You don't want to like be like a dance team, like a bring it, like you don't want to do any of this. You're like, no, Miss.
No, I've been choreographing for a long time. I think I really started like when I was the choreographer for my high school musicals. So like 16, 15 around there. Like I've been choreographing for a long time. And I like at first I started, of course, with just like hip hop or just musical theater, of course, with the high school musicals. And then I got into liturgical dance with my praise dance team at Spelman, and that's when I kind of made that transition. So honestly, I can choreograph in a range of different styles, and I'm really like grateful that I can. And honestly, I love choreographing. I think I kind of have like a just only choreograph. I don't know. It might just be like a side thing, just something that keeps me happy, but it's definitely a hobby of mine.
Wow. See, now you didn't tell me all this the last time we talked, so I'm learning new things again. So oh wow, that's simply amazing. I know there are a lot of dance teams in Cleveland. That's why I asked. I'm like, wait a minute, if she could start her own team, and who knows? We see you on Bring It one day. No, but that's still good. So you are taking a year off, but you still are like thriving. Now, before we move on to what you are about to work on, you kind of like skipped over because you wasn't just a normal graduate. Like you wasn't a normal graduate. And you just kind of like, I'm like, she's not going to tell. I'm going to tell. Like you graduated like in the top tiers, correct?
Yes.
You weren't telling us nothing. Oh my God, Isis. Now you got to spill the tea. Now, what's all these honors that you trying to hide that you don't want to tell us about?
And so, I would say basically, but I did graduate pretty well from Spelman College. At the end of graduation, I ended up graduating with the highest honors, which is summa cum laude. I had a 3.9 GPA at the end of my matriculation at Spelman College. I served on a like honestly, I don't say too many executive boards because I did do a lot, but I think everything that I did, I was very passionate about, and it's like makes sense of what I did. So I was the co-president of the Morehouse Spelman Pre-Law Society, and I was president of Bliss Mentorship, which is a girl mentorship program. And I was obviously the co-lead of Movements of Praise, which is what I was talking about with the liturgical dance and everything like that. I was a resident advisor for for the Spelman Housing Department and a record number of everything else. I also was inducted into a plethora of other things, but I think anything that I put myself into or was able to do just speaks to who I am as a person. And yeah.
And see, I had to pull all that out of you, Isis. Really, guys, Isis is so humble, and the accomplishments. I mean, if you don't know or you're trying to matriculate through school, she is a model scholar. Like this is what you're supposed to do when you go away to college. I'm quite sure she still had her share of fun, but she took care of business.
Absolutely.
To be a part of the top, the elite honor society. I know, be honest, I wasn't Phi Beta Kappa, but hey, I'm proud of those who were, but and she's just so calm about it, and she didn't even want to tell us. We had to pull it out of her. So those are her academic accomplishments. And as you know, we bring scholars on here who are doing amazing things, and she's just so amazing. We had to bring her back. So from our last talk, she's graduated. She's taking a year off. She's still she's like a mover and a shaker. Like, where do you get the energy, and where do you come up with this stuff?
I think my energy comes from mostly just anything I'm passionate about. I've always been just very passionate about anything, or passionate about some things, not everything, but definitely wherever I feel passionate about, I just tend to apply a lot more energy, or just decide to take on leadership skills in that particular area. So I think that's where it really comes from, whatever I have a passion for. And I've honestly over time tried to hone in on exactly what it is, so I'm not burnt out, because burnout is bad for everybody. Like, everybody gets burnt out. I try my best not to, but it happens. So that's where I really try to just hone in on stuff. So even I was involved in a lot of things throughout my matriculation, but when it came to senior year, I was like, okay, let me narrow it down to 4 that I'm really, really passionate about. And ever since then, I've been trying to get myself to do that, so I'm able to not only not avoid burnout, but really apply a lot more energy and a lot more focus into those certain things, so it's a lot more successful, rather than doing a whole bunch of things and having to spread out that energy. Just kind of just focusing in on and making that one a big success.
Wow. Okay. Well, she's still on the ball, just like she was when we first talked to her at, I believe, the beginning of the school year. And she's still on the ball, because I think it was right before homecoming. You was like, hey, I'm going to be off limits. And how was that? Because was this your first homecoming back after COVID, or?
So technically, no, but yes. We had kind of semi homecoming. I don't even think it was called homecoming. I think it's called a festival, when we came back from COVID. But this past year was definitely a post-COVID homecoming that I'm used to. I had a homecoming before, pre-COVID, and then I had my post-COVID homecoming during senior year. So definitely was off limits during that. Probably gonna be off limits this year too. Homecoming is just anybody who's gone to HBCU or just understand HBCU culture. It's the whole week. It's just a homecoming. So yeah.
It's facts, and it's different going back after you've graduated. You learn to appreciate the land a little bit more than you did before, and then you so yeah, you'll see when October get here, that homecoming season hit. So we have to take another break. And when we come back, guys, Isis has something really amazing that she is doing, and we have to support her. Like, we followed her the whole year, and right now she needs us, so we have to be there for her. So let's take this quick break. And Isis, when we come back, we're going to tell them what you have in store for us this, oh goodness, this year, this coming up really soon. So after this break, we'll be back with Isis.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected, get help.
We are Voya Financial.
We're here to help you plan, invest, and protect your savings
to get ready to retire better.
So how are we achieving this?
Voya Retirement is focused on guiding Americans to greater retirement readiness through employer-sponsored savings plans and holistic retirement and income guidance.
We are a diverse provider of retirement solutions, covering all plan sizes, tax codes, and geographies, with a scale and market presence to serve our customers efficiently and effectively.
We win in the marketplace because of our reputation, our breadth of solutions, and our holistic approach to customers' retirement and financial wellness.
We focus on ways that we can help our customers take actions to become better prepared for retirement.
Our offerings and culture are what truly make Voya a different kind of company,
where we strive to improve the lives of our customers, colleagues, and communities.
We are Voya Financial.
Looking for inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ? Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Looking for fun, laughter, and the best show on television that supports historically black colleges and universities? Well, look no further. The HBCU Alumni House Party has got you covered. Hosted by none other than Anthony Brown. The HBCU Alumni House Party uplifts, talks about, and reports all things HBCU. Great guests, great subject matter, and lots of fun. You can find the HBCU Alumni House Party on the Daily Gospel Network at 6:30 p.m. on Sundays, the Daily Gospel Network International Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and the Daily Gospel Network Plus at 4:30 p.m. on Thursdays, all on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
Tune in to a Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show dedicated to highlighting incredible students on their quest to change the world. Join us every week as we uplift the youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. Catch a Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm still here with Isis, our newly alum, Spelmanite, dancer, honor scholar. Now, guys, I don't think you are ready for this. Like, this is so epic that I was like, girl, we got to get you on so we can know how to support. Now that you've accomplished all of that, you added a new goal. That kind of like shocked me because I said, I didn't know that she was interested in anything like that. So what's this new goal that you got cooking?
So I am currently campaigning and competing for Miss Black Ohio America. I am super excited and super honored to be a part of this pageant. It's something that I personally was not looking at for a long time, but since I have been just attending like the interest meetings and just seeing it along social media and everything like that, I became passionate over time. I really wanted to do something for my hometown. I think that since being at Spelman and just being away from home, I have learned so much that I really wanted to be able to give back to my community and see changes that I desire to see. And I just know that with this title, with my platform specifically, that I would be able to. And I'm really just happy to be a part of the pageant, and hopefully we'll be able to utilize my platform for excellence in Black students across Ohio. And I want all Black students in Ohio to have the opportunity that I had and just make it more accessible to do so.
Wow. That is truly, truly awesome. Now I know I've shared the information on different platforms, and I've shared the voting link. Like, where do you stand now, as far as the People's Choice?
So as far as People's Choice Award, I am in first place. I'm very excited to be so. Hopefully I keep it. Thank you guys so much for who has voted and who are thinking about voting. The voting does end June 17th, which is the day of the pageant. But please continue voting. I appreciate every single vote. Every single vote counts, and every single vote means so much to me. So yes, I am currently in first place. I believe I'm up by at least 50 votes. And yeah, so excited to report that.
Hey guys, we have to get behind guys, get out here and vote for Isis. She says she, is 50 ahead, but we want to keep her 100 ahead so that she can win this People's Choice. Also, before we get out of here, we always have to have something. What was your biggest growth moment? And we'll end with that today. What was your biggest growth moment as you like flexing on everybody with, she said, I'm Phi Beta Kappa. I said, ooh. Well, I'm proud of you. So let's leave on out of here. What's your biggest growth moment this year?
So far, my biggest growth moment. I feel like I had so many moments. I think this is going to be kind of sentimental a little bit. I think just and if any Spelman girl watches this, she's gonna know what I'm talking about. But at graduation, we have a certain song which is called "A Choice to Change the World," and it was the exact same song that they sung when, like, at least I think that was 4 years ago when I went to Minute Students Weekend, also known as Spellbound, and that was kind of the song that made me want to choose Spelman. So to hear it again at graduation and just have that kind of I don't know, just have that kind of connection. It was very sentimental to me, and just it made me realize exactly how far I've come and how far I'm going and how I'm going to continue to make that choice. So I think that was my biggest growth moment. That song really hinted at me like, you did your 4 years, like you really like made that choice during these 4 years and to continue to make that choice. And that's kind of what drives me now. And I'm really, really appreciative of it. And just I think that was the biggest moment where I found myself not really always looking for ahead, because I'm always thinking about the future, like what's next, but really like looking back a little bit just to see, wow, like girl, you're doing it. Like take a minute, take a breath, look at you. So that was my growth moment, absolutely, for this year.
Okay, wait, Southwest go to Columbus. Let me see. Might shock you, but if you can support her in any way, please, this is our youth, this is our future. Very brilliant scholar. That is, her platform and her reason on wanting to win this pageant. Education, I'm an educator at heart. That's huge. So it's been real. Thank you for watching this segment with Miss Isis as we did like a rewind and replay. And I mean, she's still doing amazing things. We might have to bring her back a third time, like after the pageant. Like, how was it? Let us know how we can support. Seriously, we are super proud of you. And thank you for sharing your story with us again. So, guys, I will drop the link in the newsletter. And I will also share it on platforms. So thank you, Miss Isis. I have enjoyed you as always.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on here. Thank you.
Thank you. See, guys, but you really need to go watch that replay of her dancing at Baccalaureate. I think it's probably all over social media because she had me crying. And then if you really want to watch a treat, you should probably follow her on Instagram and watch her mom watching the video because she made me feel like I was there too. So thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Let's support our youth. Y'all know if we don't, who will? Thanks. See you next week. I don't know where we are going or who we will have. This week we are in Cleveland, Ohio with ISIS. Don't know where we'll be next week. But if you are in San Antonio, please make sure that you support the HBCU send-off on July 9th. Donate, share, like. Anything is greatly appreciated, but you must register and you must attend the HBCU to receive some of those gifts that are for students in the fall. So thank you, and we shall see you next week.
Looking for inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ? Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Looking for fun, laughter, and the best show on television that supports historically black colleges and universities? Well, look no further. The HBCU Alumni House Party has got you covered. Hosted by none other than Anthony Brown. The HBCU Alumni House Party uplifts, talks about, and reports all things HBCU. Great guests, great subject matter, and lots of fun. You can find the HBCU Alumni House Party on the Daily Gospel Network at 6:30 p.m. on Sundays, the Daily Gospel Network International Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and the Daily Gospel Network Plus at 4:30 p.m. on Thursdays, all on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
Tune in to A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show dedicated to highlighting incredible students on their quest to change the world. Join us every week as we uplift the youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. Catch A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network. Thanks for watching A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host Monique Robinson, the television show where we highlight incredible students in their quest to change the world. Join us each and every week as we uplift our youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. So until next time, God bless, from your friends on A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host Monique Robinson.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Looking for inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ? Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Tune in to A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show dedicated to highlighting incredible students on their quest to change the world. Join us every week as we uplift the youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. Catch A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network.